the week will now all be settled on this field. Mississippi State about to boot it away as we start the festivities. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about, all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
The handoff as they run the counter play here. Knocked down for the tackle.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Russell from the gun on third down. Dances away to buy time. Oh, he didn't get past the marker before starting his slide, and now it's fourth down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And Kamario Taylor will be running the show. He's coming off a tough day in which he threw a couple of interceptions and only one touchdown pass. The run to the left. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it, he has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know, he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
Under fire, makes the grab. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
And it's decision time on this first drive. And I choose aggressiveness, right? Set the tone in this football game. You got a 4th and short situation, trying to get points on this drive, establish yourself, be aggressive here on this 4th down.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Bunch formation for these receivers. Motion from the wide receiver. Russell on play action. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it.
Here's a little room there. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job sealing the edge. He'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space, good things will happen.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big-bodied guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Here comes the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They're going to need to make the catch, and he's free. Stepped out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and you want to talk about flipping the field. He just did it like that.
And that shows up in the stat column as an explosive play for this quarterback, but it was a very simple RPO. Get the ball out, and then guess what? My dudes are better than your dudes. And getting it to him on the perimeter, letting him make plays, all of a sudden, he's way down the field, and it looks like a long completion for this QB.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Makes the grab on the left. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Converts on 4th down, still going. Mark him down right there, but he's got plenty for the first down and to keep this drive moving. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Going to try to pop one on the screen. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Might be changing the route. Going left, Fluff Bothwell. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
On 3rd down, here's Bothwell. He'll have enough to give Mississippi State a first down.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on 4th down once, like they're going to do it again. And that just puts...
Got a little grass. Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback keep. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. That is their sophomore quarterback who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on him. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Swan. Let's it fly. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Well, this offense needed a touchdown no doubt that that was the guy the QB was going to be looking for on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Caught behind the line. It's Edwards. Could not make his way to the corner.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Keelan Russell. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Pass completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Using his legs, it's Hill. Finding some room. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The option look. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take. Back and force him to pitch it.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
In the red area, it's Hill. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
And this D's going to have to find some answers, guys. I mean, you've seen him. This offense has moved the ball down the field, done what they want. Now first and goal situation. Who cares about the yards? Like, step up right here, try to force them into a 4th down, try to make them kick a field goal.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Well, they've been calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script, scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
They'll start on the ground with Buff Bothwell. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Makes the catch. It's Cotton. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has his offense on the move.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got it in the middle. It's Cotton. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Making side adjustments here. From the gun, running back on the move. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's a give to Bothwell. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. And the Bulldogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Right back to the well. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
To the air, it's Swan. It's caught downfield. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage, but that one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice job by the QB and receiver being on the same page, finding a soft spot, and getting the completion.
On third down, here's Bothwell. Stopped short of the first down marker, and now they might have to settle for the field goal and maybe tie the game going into the half. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that'll tie things up as we head toward halftime.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers there.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Fires to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. They're setting up the screen. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Now the Tide uses its 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Russell. Here comes the heat. Breaks loose. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up 1 on the play. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Dropping back, it's Russell. Unleashes 1. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Man, those sting, man. 3rd down, the money down. Your guy's got to come through. You had a good play called. Receiver there to make a play. He's just got to catch the football. Those hurt on any down, but especially 3rd down.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll start on the ground with Bothwell. Makes it past the marker. And you make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Holly's always working the injuries on the sidelines. Holly, what have you got?
I caught up with the Mississippi State head coach at the half. Their starting quarterback will not return to this game. They are continuing to evaluate a lower body injury, but I can tell you he is out for now. I'll keep you posted as this moves along. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Going downfield for the big play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Quarterback making checks. Dropping back, it's Swan. Right down the middle. He makes a catch. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
It'll be 3rd and long.
Sweet. Return, go.
From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Tide ready to roll on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They go play action with Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes a grab deep. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line.
And that's exactly what they were looking for on this play. They draw up the wheel route. They get the matchup they want. Watch the running back come right off of it, start to wheel out to the flats. Great throw, and that dude just starts to turn the afterburners on. Big passing.
Snags it, and he's open. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, and speed. It kills you. If guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and force the tackle for a loss.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point was good. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. That's caught. It's Cotton. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Mississippi State going up tempo. Wide receiver going in motion. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw. It's Swan. Looking to the big tight end. The sure hands. It's Cotton. He's brought down the 1. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to run for it. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Here comes that Alabama offense. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Sweet cut there. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
But we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Really nice job by this defense. First down was not successful. They get the 2nd and short, and those are the downs where they can be really aggressive on offense and take advantage. So you kind of don't know how to play it, but they did a good job playing the run, protecting themselves.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Here's the return. He's going to get loose. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Now give it to Fluff. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Got it behind the line. It's Evans. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Yeah, and in 3rd and short, it's a great place to be for an offense. You got the whole playbook available, and they choose to pass, and the defense did a really good job playing the pass, and 4th down now, it's decision time for you.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the big fella. Stop short of the marker, and they stop with his defense, and they get the ball back. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
A designed run for the quarterback. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. Now here's Russell. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. After that punt return, there is a man slow to get up. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Across the 45. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Now he's going to break the pocket. Complete in the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. About 4 minutes left, and it has been an all-out battle. The winner very likely will find itself ranked next week. The pull and throw off the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no 1st down.
They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. On 4th down, going to the air. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Finds a man in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Gets it to him on the screen. Trying to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell shoots it to the left. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right, and he's dragged down.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Again, it's Russell. Here's a heat. Fakes to grab. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points.
And that's this guy's third catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback...
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Fires left. He's got it. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Looking for room. It's Hill. Russell to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. It'll be a draw. Touchdown tie! And they've moved out front here in the fourth. And the Tide answer.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The play-action fake. Here's a throw downfield late. Pulls it in on the left. Ripped past midfield. Finally stopped at the 42, and that's the kind of chunk play that gets drives going.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive, maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. The offense changing the play.
Booster, booster. Go, go.
Back to throw, it's Swan. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down after the rare drop from this dude.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop. After that last incompletion setting up fourth down, do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
They'll stop him short, just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.